Spiritual Strength Channel. Hello everyone. Each of us has a different way of dealing with things. In today's video I'm talking about don't be too kind to low-level people. Someone once said that everyone has a frequency surrounding them, and no matter where you go, that frequency will follow you, attracting people or things similar to yourself. In the I Ching, there is a saying, like sounds resonate together, like spirits find each other, which carries a similar meaning. Similar sounds can create resonance, and similar temperaments will blend with each other. People are the same. Those with the same aspirations and views on life will naturally attract one another and come together. The high-class individuals can be generous towards those of lower classes, while the opposite is rarely true. In this world of endless diversity, every person has different values, some higher and some lower. Not everyone deserves the wholehearted sincerity you offer. Sometimes, your kindness might not be reciprocated appropriately and could even be repaid with betrayal. Remember, never extend too much kindness to those below your level, as it will only drain you. Greedy people are not worth deep connections. I once read a story like this. A young woman saw a beggar in torn clothes, looking hollow-eyed and crouching in a hallway, shivering in the cold winter weather. Feeling pity, she went home, picked out some decent clothes and brought bread and milk for the beggar. The beggar was deeply grateful, smiled, and left. The woman felt satisfied, thinking she had done a good deed. The next morning, the woman saw the beggar at her door. Before she could speak, he asked, "Could you give me another coat? Mine is torn." Though reluctant, she gave him a coat out of kindness. However, on the third day, the beggar appeared again, asking for more food, saying, "I'm hungry, and you should help me through to the end." This time, she felt utterly annoyed by his endless demands, finally choosing to close the door with a heart full of disappointment and frustration. Zheng Guofan once said, "Associating with the greedy brings suffering upon oneself." For those who are insatiably greedy, their desires are never satisfied. Trying to fill a bottomless bucket is a futile task. No matter how much water you pour in, it will flow out, leaving the bucket never full. Your kindness becomes a tool for them to indulge their selfish desires, exhausting you. The insatiable ambition of the greedy has no bounds. Being kind isn't wrong, and helping those in need is something to strive for. However, in showing kindness to others, you need to consider the person you're dealing with. If that person is boundlessly greedy and has no limits, there's no need to continue being kind to them. Some desires are insatiable and will eventually drain your energy and resources. In the latter half of life, keep away from those who are insatiably greedy, and live a simple, content life. Those who throw stones at others in distress don't deserve forgiveness. There's a story of a wealthy young man surrounded by friends who frequently indulged in lavish parties. However, when his father passed away, his family fortune started to dwindle. He even had to sell assets to maintain his lifestyle. His so-called friends, instead of supporting him, gradually distanced themselves, with some even mocking his downfall. In his darkest moments, a friend of his father extended help, enabling him to rebuild his career. Once he was back on his feet, his former friends reappeared, congratulating him and trying to get close again. This experience helped him recognize their true nature, and he decided to cut ties with them. People are often cautious when choosing friends, fearing they'll choose poorly. Friends who seek only personal gain always prioritize their interests over loyalty, while friends guided by morality value integrity above all. A fallen leaf reveals the season, and hardship reveals true friends. Those who throw stones at you when you're down should be kept at a distance, while those who help you in times of need deserve genuine kindness. An ancient saying states that when faced with the smallest of benefits, some will turn on you as if they never knew you. Instead of saving you, they push you down further. These are the people who cast stones at those in despair. When you're shining, they flatter you with sweet words. But when you face hardships, they scoff and throw stones. These people are often familiar faces, ones with whom you had close relationships. Once you no longer bring them benefits, they quickly forget your kindness, turning their backs without hesitation. As you enter middle age and have experienced much, you come to understand people's true natures. A few genuine close friends are far more precious than countless superficial ones who only seek personal gain. Life is short, lasting just a few decades. You don't need to let too many unimportant people enter your life. 3. Reserve your kindness for those who deserve it. A monk, while meditating by the river, heard a strange noise and noticed a scorpion struggling in the water. Out of compassion, he tried to save it but got stung. Despite the pain, he still put it back on the shore and continued meditating. Not long after, the scorpion fell into the water again, and the monk once more reached out to save it, only to be stung again. A fisherman passing by, having seen everything, asked the monk, "Why do you keep saving it when it stings you every time?" The monk replied, "Stinging is the scorpion's nature, while compassion is mine. I cannot ignore its suffering." Seeing the scorpion fall a third time, the fisherman handed the monk a stick to use instead. The scorpion clung to the stick and was saved without harm. The fisherman then advised, "Compassion is a good virtue, but you must protect yourself first to help others more effectively. In this world, your sincerity does not always receive equivalent sincerity in return. There are people whom, despite your genuine care and kindness, will harbor resentment if you ever fail to meet their expectations. Kindness is not wrong, and helping others isn't either. But not everyone is worthy of your goodwill. A bowl of rice feeds gratitude, while a sack of rice breeds resentment. Selfish people often take others' kindness for granted, not valuing it at all. When others face difficulties, they stand back mocking, even spreading rumors and throwing stones. With small-minded people, too much tolerance only harms oneself. Your kindness is valuable and should be reserved for those truly deserving of it. Your kindness should have a bit of sharpness, otherwise, it becomes meaningless. Kindness is a good quality but should be tempered with wisdom. Showing kindness to the insatiably greedy only results in indifference. Being generous with those who throw stones will only invite betrayal. Kindness is a virtue, but it should not be blind. Excessive kindness encourages others to take advantage. Remember, in the rest of your life, do not waste time on people who don't deserve it. Your kindness should be reserved for those who are worthy of it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you find this content useful, please subscribe to the channel and share the video with your loved ones. Together we build a happy and peaceful life. See you in the next video.